Alright guys, welcome. It's Camille from Chicken Scratch and Sniff. Bear with me here. I'm trying to hurry and get this video done before it starts raining and all the kids come running back in. So we're going to go kind of fast, okay? I have 3 ideas for Gordon B. Hinckley Chapter 12, which is about obedience, simply live the gospel, okay? Number 1, I saw this done recently and I really just liked the way that it changed my perspective on the topic that we were discussing. So take the word obedience and talk about synonyms and antonyms, other words that would relate to it. Okay, so for obedience, we have compliance, submission, dutifulness. An antonym would be rebellion. So you can have people come up with different words and what words are similar to them. And what I found when we were doing this is it was like, oh, I didn't think about that word quite in that way, and it just made a whole bunch of new connections. And so what you can do is you can do that, and maybe there's a particular word that you're looking for people to bring up, and if they do that, you can start going in your other direction as you move on to your lesson. Or if they don't bring it up, you bring it up and you start going with a quote in the manual or something. But it just, connects those dots, shifts the thinking, because, obedience is something that we're always striving for, right? We're always trying to be obedient, and I think I can say that we're not all obedient 100% of the time, right? So this is something that we're always working on. And so just those little things will help make this lesson more. Okay, number 2, bring a bowl. And bring a bowl of fruit, okay? I only have grapes. So, but pass out some fruit to your class as they come in, and maybe you're going to ask specific people ahead of time, and so you know who you want to give the fruit to. And you're going to have an empty bowl at the front of the room, and as they come up and they bring their fruit with them and they share one fruit of being obedient and how it's blessed their lives, and then they put it in the bowl, and then you have a nice bowl full of fruit, and you can talk, and it just gives examples of how obedience blesses us and allows for so much more instead of being constrictive, and how simply living the gospel blesses us in ways that we often don't either think of, or we don't realize that it's going to when we're thinking of it in the other way. Also, I think personal examples and application of this lesson is going to be really a great way to focus this lesson, because we're all in it, right? And so if we can kind of listen to other people's stories, maybe it'll help us realize something in our own lives and solve problems and become more obedient even for some things, okay? So in section 3, it says, its fruits are sweet and its rewards are liberal. So there's the fruit example. For number 3 idea is in section 4, it talks about listening to the prophets. And so what you can do is you can go to the General Conference in April and you can write down, just the titles of the 15, the First Presidency and the 12 Apostles, and just say, okay, now what did you learn from these, and what did they tell us? And then what, because of the words that we listened to in General Conference, were you then inspired to do to change? And be more obedient in those types of things. There's a hashtag inspired by, where people will post, because of General Conference, I was inspired to do, to change this thing about my life, and this has been in my experience, and then you put hashtag inspired by. So you can even do a challenge before and say, guys, what have you been inspired to change because of what you heard in General Conference? And you can tie that into section 4, and you can have people do it beforehand, then you can share examples, or you can challenge people to do it after. But just really, application, right? And examples really, I think, help with this lesson. All right, if you have any more questions, there's more helps and handouts up on the blog, cknscratch.com. And of course, there's a private Facebook group where you can share more ideas, more questions, and get more help. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.